Kenshi Critiques, number Kenshi, Dick Rad's favorite anime. Welcome to another Sekiro diary. This one is for the, I'd imagine, infamous Lady Butterfly. I think for early game, she's probably the hardest boss that you'll come across. So I know a lot of people like to use the chasing slash that you do after you throw the shuriken so that you can close the distance. But for me, honestly, I died so many times to her that I was running out of emblems. I was like, fuck this, man. I can't be able to farm for emblems every time I want to fight her. So I decided I prefer a zoning game with the Nightjar Slash, which is on the second, the bottom part of the prosthetic upgrade tree. And it's the second tier. Now, I'm using Nightjar Slash to keep pressure on her, because I feel like a mid-range game is so tricky for me, because I need to just keep up the pressure to do enough damage on her. Now, there's tells with her, so you can keep on keeping up the pressure, but amongst there, if she deflects that attack, you should step back, because she'll either jump in the air ready to charge you from her wires, or she'll start doing a combo which will get you. So you just back up a little bit. But usually when her posture bar goes up on the first phase, towards the latter end, she doesn't really do deflects. She'll do deflects in, I guess, the first half of her posture bar going up, and you just gotta keep up the pressure in the first part. So the reason the first part is so easy is because this isn't it. They lull you into thinking, okay, this is it, she's done. And here she goes, so impressive, okay, so now the real boss fight begins. This is where fucking things go ape shit. So I prefer using Nightjar Slash, but I know a lot of people like using the loaded shurikens because they just don't know how to handle her when she's up on a wire, but I don't really have much trouble with that. So I just kept up the pressure. This requires no emblems to use, which is why I prefer using this to the loaded shuriken, because that only works. The chasing slice only works if you've got the emblems to even throw shurikens. And I even upgraded my shurikens thinking maybe that's the best tactic to use. And it probably is. I think they encourage you to use it. So I tried to not waste my first health bar, because honestly, if you die before you get rid of her first phase, then there's really no chance for you to kind of hold on to that whole life bar on the second phase. So here, what you do is when she summons her creatures, I don't bother fighting them. I could fight them to get the emblems off her, but I decided, let me just run around till she just fucking absorbs them and sends them at you, because then it's more manageable that way, and you get a little bit of time to do one-on-one damage with her. But she'll keep jumping around, bloody annoying, just doing like freaking combos. But you get her in, zone her, and then start just piling on the pressure. But always look for the tail, that deflection tail. See, back up, so she'll start doing her combo there. Once she's finished, go back in. Don't worry about the petals that she's throwing at you, because honestly, it's better to tank the hit and get more hits in yourself, and you keep the pressure up. So eventually, she won't just keep taking the damage. There are other tactics you can use where you can sidestep slash. I think people use. I tried doing that, but I just found it took too long. And I was just desperate to get that bar right there on the second life of posture bar. Life's basically gone. You know, I could have buffed myself, but I was dead because she just jumping off walls and all that shit. But I found this to be the nightmare of a boss battle. I died so many times, lost so much sen, you wasted so many items. But I figured out that, you know, if you keep up the pressure, it's fine. And don't get into needless battles with her illusions. And there, I got her with the final death blow. And it's funny how, now that I know this tactic, I can just reuse it over and over and over. But it took me probably 20-25 tries to beat her. And I had not the sen or the patience to kill her like that. But I was glad. So she's the last boss of the Hirara Estates in this. I was actually quite chuffed.